Customer states rear brakes sound like Dory from Finding Nemo talking to the whale. What's poppin', folks? It's me, Robin, coming back at you again from EmKay with r/Brandnewsentence. I can't wait to get in here and see just how brand new these sentences really are, and hopefully some of them give us a giggle. Without any further ado, let's get right in there, shall we? I'm an alpha male. No, you're not. You're an ass that thinks talking over people makes you important. Do you even know what an alpha does? They feed and protect their pack. Where's your fanny pack full of cheesy crackers, Steve? If you are out with your buds and you don't have ibuprofen, Neosporin, and cheesy crackers with you, you're not an alpha. Isn't it great that alphas aren't real at all? The intersecting needs of Christian children's cartoons to make all biblical figures both painfully average-looking white people and as unsexualized as possible creates a hellish world where all of humanity is descended from two John Arbuckles. Ooh, I do not like that. Can't believe that pioneer women used to have to churn butter for hours without even listening to a podcast about Bigfoot. Historically, when performing long, repetitive tasks like churning butter or weaving cloth, people would sit together and tell stories. Folk stories, fairy tales, and even stories about mysterious ape-like figures living in the forests. So yes, pioneer women did listen to podcasts about Bigfoot while churning butter. Well, I guess that makes me feel better. I don't mind paying $10 or $15 for a book because I know the author likely spent 5 years staring at a screen and panic yelling, "I'm a fraud, I have no idea what I'm doing," and they're now entitled to compensation. Damn straight. Americans be like, "Hello, my name is Richard, call me Dick." British people be like, "Jubilant salutations, acquaintance. It is I, Sir Bumble Henry Knockin' Tooth and Hootin' Pritchard Baker. It is my humble request for you to refer to me as Testicles." Why are vampires always wealthy in movies? Like, how do they make a living? If you've been alive since 1892 and still broke, just step into the sun. The word daddy has been so sexualized that my kids are gonna have to call me bruh or some shit. Yeah. Starting a job feels like you're a new character on the 9th season of a TV show. Yeah, never gets any easier. Found something new to say when I leave the room. Hey, there it is. Everyone's favorite goodbye. Stay fresh, cheese bags. It's crazy that they only figured out tectonic plates in the 60s. A child in the 50s would say, "It seems like South America and Africa would fit together." And his mom would go, "That's cute, honey. Would you like a cigarette?" The 50s. Archers and flanking cavalry. Come on, man. Do you even command a legion? How do you even stop this? I mean, seriously. Yeah, what that dude said. Flank with cavalry and shoot them. This lady gave me her food order. I repeated it back and told her that comes to $6.66. She said, "Oh no, I don't like that total. Better throw in a corn dog." Surely this woman is an inspiration. She's out here fighting off the powers of Satan with a corn dog as her weapon of choice. And it's probably working. If you're bored, you can simply close your eyes and rotate a cow in your mind. It's free, and the cops can't stop you. It is free, and it is not illegal. A guy walking with one crowbar is more suspicious than a guy walking around with 3 crowbars. But if he's carrying 100 crowbars, it's also suspicious. So there's a certain crowbar to suspicion ratio here. You've got a point. Can you do the math for us? What insect is this? It makes a screeching sound day and night, found around these coordinates. Why did they dox the cicada? Because they're loud as shit. Elon Musk is a 50-year-old man with more money than God, and he spends his time spamming 9gag memes on Twitter because he got dumped by a girl that looks like she would shoplift plastic bongs from Spencer's. He has the same origin story as Knuckles the Echidna and refuses to pay taxes. And when he gets called out for it, he'll pull some stunt like, "If the government can give me a detailed plan of what they'll use the money for by 4/20, I'll sell 69 shares of Tesla stock." Like, he's the Smosh version of the Joker. And he'll probably get away with taking over Mars because that weird dude you know who hasn't upgraded his personality since 2011 and talks about the Death Star having contractors on it when it blew up like it was a real event will see this go, epic win. Garlic is to cooking as vanilla extract is to baking, and that the amount I add to my food is guided by reckless extravagance and utter disregard, verging on mild contempt for the recipe as written. Wow, that was the smartest looking post I've ever read. I'm watching Longmire again. Forgot every episode, so it's just like watching it for the first time. LOL, that how movies I watched between 2007 and 2009 feel to me. Wait until to have a stroke. It's awesome. LOL. Might have to just post a screenshot on it. What? What's that? that? A subreddit for posting sentences you've never seen before. Wait until to have a stroke. It's awesome. Make me famous. Wait until to have a stroke. All right. People protesting for Disneyland to open so they can walk around in the blazing sun for 7 hours, to go on 3 rides, then have the worst family fight in years and silently drive home. I go by myself, because I actually like to enjoy myself while I'm there. Because going with families is stupid. I can fix him. No, you can't. The chemicals that make you want a baby are mixing with the decades of microplastics in your brain. Please don't try this. Guys, the history of marathons is kind of whack. A guy in ancient Greece died after running 26 miles, and what do we do to honor him? We run 26 miles and not die. People decided to just flex on him for the rest of eternity? If anyone pulls something like that on me, it's instant hands. Well, you'd be dead, so. It's ridiculous when someone tells me, aren't there more important things to be mad about? You novice, you freaking rube, you idiot. I can be mad about 20,000 things at once. I am a walking chimera of various furies and petty qualms. Rolling my eyes so far back in my head that I make direct eye contact with the goblin that operates me like a marionette. What is this in response to? My grandfather, whose favorite hobby is reminding me of how rude and entitled my generation is, just called the kid working the counter at Baskin-Robbins a limp dick jabroni because they ran out of rainbow sprinkles. Yeah, they're the most fragile mother generation in human history as far as I can tell. Oh, the kids dancing on TikTok are cringe? Oh man, why don't you grow the and mind your own business? Remember, that's the generation that preaches being nice and having manners, and then every Sunday after church they go to IHOP so they can verbally abuse a waitress and stiff her on a tip. The dopest thing about horses is that they're basically grass engines. Like, grass goes in, fast comes out. Most things that produce fast, like cheetahs and cars, use much more heavily processed grass, like horses and oil, and yet here horses are producing the fast with only the grass. Are you okay? Christian girls be like, there's no one else on the planet like this man. God broke the mold when he made you, and it's just Connor, human equivalent of a Honda Accord whose favorite food is toast and thinks taking off your bra is adequate foreplay. He probably also thinks the Olive Garden is fancy. New dating app idea called 7.5, only for people who are like a strong 7 or an 8 on a good day, who look kinda athletic but would probably die if they had to run a mile, have depression but the kind that makes you funny, car's check engine light is on, no one else is allowed. 7.5, can you lower it just a little bit for the rest of us common folk though? Make it like 4 to 6? Yeah, call the app 4 to 6, I think that works out a little bit better. Thinking about in the 7th grade when I got escorted to the police station after school because they found out I was prank calling local businesses as Ricky PP. And when I walked in, the officer who was waiting there with my mom to talk to me said, "If it isn't Ricky PP." I fail to see how this is even remotely a problem. That's badass, dude. You got a legacy. My brother used to think that a man sat under the escalators and operated them. He also thought that man's name was James, and that was his real dad, not our dad. So every time we passed the escalators at the mall, my brother would scream at our dad, "You're not my real dad, James is my real dad." What the let's see here. There are face mites which live inside your pores next to your hair follicles, eat your sebum, don't have anuses, and come out at night to mate on your skin. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm so sorry. This is why you need to clean your bedding more often than you think. Me, pre-kids. I'm never gonna lie to my kids ever. Me with the kids. I just got off the phone with Santa, the firefighter dog from Paw Patrol, and the Green Power Ranger, and they all agree. If you don't put your shoes on, they're gonna have to put down another unicorn. Well, wait, no, I'll put them on, I'm sorry. Nicole, 27. I'm looking for a guy who's really trusting and healthy. You must have both kidneys, non-smoker, and not be a big drinker or take any drugs that could damage the liver. Type O negative blood is a plus. Hey, wait a minute. Thank God I don't have a girlfriend this Christmas. I'd be on the Amazon homepage crying and throwing up figuring out how to spell lingerie. It's only physics if it's from the physique region of France. Otherwise, it's just sparkling math. I asked my Gentile boyfriend to explain the point of advent calendars to me, and he said, it's for kids to microdose Christmas. Watch a woman tell her husband she's pregnant while Conan O'Brien pours good milk down the sink. I love you, Conan. My roommate really just said he about to last a total of 3 minutes. Hello, most amazing, awesome roommate ever. Sup? I have a favor, I assumed. What do you need? I have a chick sliding through tomorrow and we're gonna She's mad loud and I'm hoping you won't be home around the hours of 9 to 9:03 p.m. Well, at least they're honest. I once heard ska described as what plays in a 13-year-old kid's head when he gets extra mozzarella sticks, and nothing in this world is more accurate. Owning an old home is great because you get to fix 60-year-old prior repairs. Oh, you want to change that light fixture? In 1957, some dude named Dick hotwired the current fixture and instead of using a junction box, just nailed it all to a joist and filled the cavity with asbestos. Okay, when you forget to shake the bottle and ruin your food with that ketchup pre-cum, well, At my university, I have a part-time job where my sole responsibility is filling up the piano humidification systems with water. I literally am a piano waterer, and to be honest, I kind of feel like I'm thriving. I feel like I need to add that I carry around this water jug that kind of looks like a regular watering can, and when people ask me what I'm doing, I just say watering the pianos and walk away. I bet everybody loves that joke. All day long, every day. My friend is dating a guy named Blaine, and I accidentally called him Blaze, which was her ex's name, and she got really mad at me as if it's my fault that she exclusively dates guys who sound like Pokemon gym trainers. Are you living, or are you just jumping from one obsession to another to run away from yourself? What? Are you the coping mechanism police or something? Why don't you mind your own business? The cost to operate this printer each month is the equivalent to 4,000 Taco Bell tacos, 1,000 gallons of gas, or 42 tickets to Disney World. Think before you ink. A student wants you to know. With my tuition, I could pay for 41,460 Taco Bell tacos, 10,365 gallons of gas, or 465 tickets to Disney World. With this, times 5,200 students, I should be able to print whatever the hell I want. So think before you talk down to us like we're peasants, when we're the whole reason this school exists in the first place. Sorry, that thing has always infuriated me. Real or not, it's just despicable and they can go themselves. 50 years ago, if you wanted to see a picture of a raccoon, you either had to already have it or drive to a library. And a raccoon in a funny hat? Forget about it. This is the future. The future is now. What if nipples clicked in and out like pens? I mean, I don't know. Trying to find nice loafers and my girlfriend laughed at me for checking Reddit, saying that the guys there wouldn't know. Now, on an 800 post thread where dudes are berating each other about leather quality, they know so much about loafers it ruined their life. I'm on the right site. When we were at Costco earlier, James was crushing right along and I told him to slow down. And he was like, we're only here for 3 things. And a sea of dads just erupted in laughter and said, oh buddy, that's what you think. Just lit him the up. The Costco dads are absolutely relentless. I'm more of a Target dad myself. Another wooden ball. Would it kill the makers of avocados to include a different toy, like a mood ring or a novelty eraser? I know that adults do multiple loads of laundry for different colored clothes, but I've been putting all my clothes in at the same time, and I'm just saying, nothing bad has happened. Modern laundry sauce doesn't cause color leaching like old laundry sauce did. Call it something else. Clothes marinade. Yeah, I have never once split up any of my laundry. I wash them all on tap cold, and I don't use fabric softener. Why? Because you don't need to, man! You can take one man's trash to another man's treasure, but you can't make it drink. Fun fact, the blending of idioms or cliches is called a malaphor. My personal favorite is, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I'm rather fond of, it's not rocket surgery, and not the sharpest egg in the attic, but my all-time favorite is, until the cows freeze over. You've opened this can of worms, now lie in it. It's easy to have the courage of a lion. They're gigantic and have claws and no natural predators. Have the courage of a guinea pig, a 2-pound meat potato with 0 offensive or defensive abilities that will scream at an ape 100 times its size if their lettuce is too wilty. When I was 10 or so, I was deathly afraid of vampires. So I stole the garlic powder from my mom's spice cabinet and kept it in my coat pocket. And if I was out at night with my parents and thought someone was acting really sus, I'd try to surreptitiously sprinkle a little garlic powder on them. Like, imagine a weird little girl deciding you failed her vibe check and promptly seasoning you. Hey man, dating a skinny guy is cool until you roll down the window on the freeway and he fly out like a McDonald's napkin. Oh no. From Pocket Camp, Sasha loves taking selfies. He makes the exact same face in every photo, but that doesn't stop him from taking about 100 a day. The lazy personality. I love Sasha, but can y'all remember that other countries exist and Sasha isn't inherently a feminine name? In this episode of Questions That Have Never Been Asked Before, is this rabbit a genderqueer icon or just Slavic? Good question. Why does everyone say housewife or house husband when house spouse is not only gender neutral, but it rhymes? Wait, spouse rhymes with house? I always pronounced it spoos in my head. Why is your language so weird? Because English beats up other languages in dark alleys, then rifles through their pockets for loose grammar and spare vocabulary. With English, there are no rules. Everything is a guideline in English, I swear to God. OMG, you're so skinny, eat something. Eat my ass, Tamra. I just killed a whole pizza in 6 minutes. My metabolism is faster than these hands, but you can still order them if you like, huh? Do you ever wonder how many stories have been told about you? I don't mean rumors or gossip. A story like, one time I was at the mall and this girl dropped her hot dog, but she picked it up and ate it. What if I'm that girl? How many times have people seen me do something I thought no one saw, and is now being used as an icebreaker at a family dinner? One time I was at this historical park in New York, and I was climbing a tree in order to get a good photo. And I fell out just as a family was walking past. 2 years later, I ran into the mom at my Stop and Shop, and she gasped and said, "Oh my God, tree girl?" And I've never been the same since. Well, that's just legendary though. Can you imagine that? I really hope that someone out there has told weird stories about me from a weird event, right? I remember I ran a guy over on a bike once. I just couldn't stop in time because he kind of jumped out in front of me, and even though I was yelling at him, he didn't turn around in time, so I just kind of rolled up the back of his leg real quick. He was fine, but none too happy, obviously, and I sure was embarrassed as hell. Also reminds me of the time I thought I was drowning as a kid, so I just climbed up some random guy. No, I'm serious. I was freaking the hell out in the water, floundering, and I just found the nearest thing I could, which was a random man I'd never seen before, and climbed up on him. I bet that guy still tells stories about me to this day, the random kid that jumped on his back. Pigs are known to be very smart animals, and now scientists have demonstrated that they're capable of playing video games. If I get trick-shotted by someone, and on the mic I hear oink oink, I'm making bacon. Good luck finding him. So I was just in the men's room pissing, and dude in the stall had explosive diarrhea. I, not being a robot, laughed, and the boomer 2 urinals down told me not to laugh. I said, "Bro, don't talk to me while my dick is in my hand," and explosive diarrhea guy laughed. Whole thing was just bizarre. It does sound like a pretty bizarre interaction. Let's say, hypothetically, someone got a Cheeto stuck up their ass, which totally didn't happen to me. How would they get the Cheeto out of their ass? Once again, this is of course all hypothetical. I don't know, go it out. You know what's cool? I'm a woman doing something only a woman can do, growing a baby inside of my body. Well, congrats on being jizzed in. Imagine you were a whale, and you were breaking up with your whale girlfriend, and humans recorded your conversation and put it on Spotify to fall asleep to. That would be pretty Oh, look at Sam Neill, General John MacArthur. If you were to commit a murder, how would you do it? It's gotta be big. No slipping something into someone's drink. That's just pathetic. I'd use a steamroller. Just leave a stain on the road. There's probably a couple of people I'd put under a steamroller, but I won't say who they are. Otherwise, when they see a steamroller coming their way, they'll be on full alert. And, you know, steamrollers don't go very fast. Well, ain't that the truth, Mr. Neal, director? Give me an expression that says, "I just ate your butterfly collection and I have 7 scented erasers in my ass." Willem Dafoe. Why are we making fun of Willem Dafoe, though? Come on, he's awesome, man. From Mississippi Burning to Spider-Man, he is among the best of the best. Well, on that incredibly entertaining note, we have come to the end of another video, ladies and gents. Before we get going though, let's take a look at that fan art. Looks a little bland, but I AI-ified my drawing in the middle. Not a good fan art, but I tried. You AI-ified it? Wait a minute. What exactly is bland or not good about this? You're gonna need to explain yourself, friend, in the comments down below right this instant. I know you're here, I know you're watching this. Get down there, leave me a comment, come on. Always remember, if you even somewhat enjoyed today's video, to consider dropping a like down below. And if you really enjoyed it, well, make sure to get yourself subscribed and click that bell icon. And if you want to see or hear more of yours truly, you can check out the links in the description below. And hey, until next time, I'll be seeing ya.